over on TikTok, and we are live here on another platform. So I am so excited to be here with both of y'all. Yes, I'm going to be talking about four elements that every business must have to be successful. That is what we're talking about today. So if you're joining, hey, I'm Shauna St. James. This is my first time here. For those of you who watch me on the other platform on a regular basis, you already know me, but I am basically new to the digital marketing field. I raised my kids, empty nester, and now that I had the time to do what I wanted, I didn't have the financial resources to do what I wanted. Raising kids as a single parent, it was a little tight. It was a little tight. So, hey, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Let me know when you're here. So, say hello. Tell me where you're from. I cannot wait to hear from all of you out there. So, as I said, new to digital marketing, I am here to talk about what I know because I have been actually in the online business world for over 5 years. I've helped over 5,000 artists and creatives and makers. I have all kinds of things going on my screen here. Hey, I see Keaton. I see someone else. I thank you guys for joining. Say hello. Say where you're joining from. Touch the screen so that more people know we're here and do all the things. I don't even know what happens when we're on live, to be honest with you. But as a business consultant and coach, I have helped thousands, actually over 5,000 people over the last 5 years, help grow their business online. So, especially artists who were selling art elsewhere, teaching them how to switch that to an online business, which I love doing. I still do. I've helped them 2 times, 3 times, even 10 times their income. But all of that time while I was doing that, I was still looking for a business opportunity that would let me be more free with my time, right? So more automations, more things that would happen without me having to make them all run. Because as a personal coaching business, that required a lot of my time. I did not want to go back to work. I wasn't going to go spend hours letting someone else tell me how much I could make, right? That income cap. And for those of us who are, quote, my age, we need to make sure that we have resources that are going to secure us into our future. So, yep, I'm in my 50s and I have no retirement fund. As we usually say, my IRA is MIA, right? I don't have a 401k. None of those things that rhyme, I don't have them. So, that is why I am here to share the four business must-haves. If you are looking at a digital marketing business, you do not want to go without these things because the truth is, these are four things that are the structure of every business out there. So if you already have a business and you are struggling with trying to get it going to where you have the financial success you want, it most likely is one of the four things that we're going to talk about today. So, hey, I see all kinds of people joining. Thank you for joining. Hit the like button, hit the screen so everybody knows that we're here. And I really appreciate you being here. Like I said, this is my first time live, so we're just going to dive in and see what happens. So, here it is. Here's what I want to talk about. This is right here, the base for a six-figure income. The four foundations that you must have, that every business must have, you must have leads. You must have a way to nurture and connect with those leads. And you've got to have a way to convert sales. So the structure of your business really matters, because if you don't have all these things in place, if you don't have the right strategies and the right systems and the right tools and then the skills to use all those things, you're not going to be successful at any business, let alone a digital marketing business, which is why I'm really excited to share with you the digital marketing business that I am currently in, because it has all of this stuff. You guys, when I discovered this, I went a little bonkers, and honestly is a little upset with myself that I hadn't found it sooner. Let's be honest, because it would have transformed my life. It's doing it now, but if I had had that happen 6 months ago, a year ago, everything else would have been so much better for me. So thank you for joining. I'm seeing lots of people here. Hearts, lights, touch the screen. I'm Shauna St. James. If we haven't met, I am new to the TikTok live world. Actually, I've only been on TikTok for a month. So this is brand new. And I am excited to be here. I hope you are excited to be here. So we talked about the fact that we must have leads. We must be able to nurture our leads. We must have a really crack sales system and strategy. And the truth is that if we have a way to be able to do that automatically, right, on autopilot, even better. That's what was missing in my business. It required so much of me. Hey, I'm seeing all kinds of great people. I love the comments. Keep them coming. I'm so sorry. I really can't read the comments very well. They're kind of flipping really fast. I'll learn how to use this a little better here as I go. But if you have questions, please always, you can follow me and then post your questions anywhere in the comments, and I will be sure to respond to the questions. So how do you get more leads? What does more leads mean? More leads means more people in an audience that are connected to you, that know who you are, that know what you offer, who you can help with whatever product is you're offering. So here's the thing about digital marketing right now, you guys. If you are thinking about starting a business, this is one of the hottest businesses to start right now. Here's why. Here's why. Because this industry is forecasted to grow to the trillions. And we are still only at like 1.3 billion. So there is so much room for growth. Well, what does that mean for us? That means if we get in now in the digital marketing industry, in that field, we get to grow with it. That's our business opportunity. That is our income opportunity. The longer we wait, which, like I said, I wish I had found this sooner, because if I had, I would have been able to jump on this train a lot earlier. Now, the market is not saturated yet. Key, right? Because I have been in things before where it was already too saturated. By the time I got in, it was very difficult to do. On top of that, it was an MLM and a network marketing opportunity. I have done several of those. I did not, those were an absolute no. I would not do it again. It didn't fit my personality. And on top of that, I didn't like the whole structure of, you know, the people, the team building and the people learning off of other people. It just felt like way too much pressure for me and way too much responsibility, frankly. I don't want to be doing that at this point in my life. I already have clients that I love and serve, but I don't want to have to be building a team. So when I looked at this opportunity, that it's just a one-time investment, I chose the top program, 900, but there are 3 other programs that you can choose from. So you can choose the 600 or 300 or 100. But whichever one you choose, you get to ride the digital marketing wave. All you have to do is, once you know who your customer is, you need to know how to get leads and nurture them. Here's why I, once again, think this thing is amazing. And I know I sound like a crazy person. I kind of feel like a crazy person because I've never been this excited about a business before, mainly because the business I had before, I had to build the product out and it took me years. I had to spend a ton of money to have a website built. This comes with it. I mean, it is the perfect business. I kid you not. So what I love about this business is they train you how to do all the things that we just talked about These four things that are the business must-haves, you cannot go without them and be successful in any business, let alone the digital marketing industry. Who here has tried other businesses? Has tried other businesses and have not been successful at them? Let me know. Say yes in the comments if that's happened to you, where you started something and you couldn't get it to go. You couldn't get it to go. Let me know. Tell me number one, put a one in the comments anywhere if you're here, if it was an MLM or a networking type business. And put a two in the comments because I'd love to see who's here and what experiences you guys have had. Put a two in the comments if you have done something like this and then found out that it was way more than you thought it was, as in setting up your own business online. That's what happened to me. I knew that I had amazing things to offer, but I had to spend all the time building out the product. I had to build my course. Then I had to take that and I had to learn how to market it. And then after I learned how to market it, I had to learn how to build the website and set it up so it could be delivered easily, right? And then on top of that, it required my personal time to make all those sales, to nurture all those people. I was spending a lot of time messaging people in the DMs and doing those kinds of things. I am so sorry I can't see the comments, but hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about here. That takes a lot of time. What if that whole nurturing process right here, what if the nurturing process, the collecting the leads, the nurturing and the sales process, what if that was all automated? That's what this has. That's what this business gave me. It blew my mind when I only had to invest one time to have a website with the product. Everything in it was automatically delivered. Plus, remember when, oh, Siri's talking to me. Remember when I said that I had to learn how to market my business? Well, here's the truth. I had some marketing skills, but I didn't know how to leverage the online space. And I spent thousands of dollars after I had already spent over $100,000. It's I'm proud. I'm both proud and embarrassed at how much I've invested in what I have to help people with, right? Because I've learned from some of the top coaches and personal development people and mindset leaders in the industry. But after I'd already invested in all of that, then I had to go out and spend more to build it so that it would be accessible for everyone who I wanted to be able to help. I spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on this. This business, one-time investment, and I was able to make back my entire investment in 3 weeks. That's unheard of. That is unheard of. To be honest, it took me years to be able to get to, what they call like in the black in my other business where I had to build out the product. I had to build out the marketing systems and strategies. You don't have to do that. I just want you to know that there is an option for you. And it doesn't matter whether you have any business experience or not. This shows you exactly what you need to do. I was so amazed at how thorough the training was. And on top of that, I'm in a community of people. So here's the thing, for anyone out here, I don't know who this is for at this point, but if you're at my age, your kids have left. And like I said, I had more time to do what I wanted, not enough finances to support what I wanted to do, right? I didn't have the financial resources behind being able to, I wanted to buy a motorhome and travel. My kids live out of state. So for me to spend any time with my kids, they have really busy lives. They're young. I've got to go travel to see them, didn't have the finances for that. I have friends who, one of my friends, it's her 60th birthday, and she's like, let's all take a trip to Italy this year. Let's spend 2 weeks in Italy. Well, guess what? I didn't have what I needed to go on a 2 week trip to Italy because, once again, I don't have any retirement funds. So that is what I'm focused on. I have to figure out how to do that. Oh, I've got things flashing on here. So thank you guys for being here. If you're just joining, I'm Shauna St. James, and I am talking about the opportunity that is out there for everyone right now when it comes to having an online business that's automated, that's built for you. Oh my gosh. Because I spent years and spent a lot of money having it built for me. And on top of that, I don't have to spend anything monthly to keep it running. Right now, as we speak, if you go look at my other business, it is on a platform called ClickFunnels. Does anyone know ClickFunnels, right? I was lucky enough to be able to actually work with the founder of ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson. I learned a lot from him, but I still pay him $300 a month for that website to have that up and running. That's just my baseline cost. That's not even the cost that it is to have my email campaigns going out and all of the stuff that happens that you get handed to you when you invest in this business, Legacy Builders. It's unbelievable. And that community, like getting back to what I was talking about, where my kids are gone, I have more time. I'm in a community with other people who, are on the same journey I am. There's a lot of people that are in the same boat I am, where they don't have enough to retire on, to really retire. I don't want to work till I'm 80. I know maybe you don't know me that well, but I'm a fun-loving girl, right? I want to go do stuff. I do not want to be working the rest of my life. And that is exactly where I was headed if I didn't find a solution. And so that's what I've been able to do. So I want to talk about one more thing before we leave this pyramid here. If we do not have all of these things in place, if we don't know how to get leads, if we don't know how to nurture them, if we don't have a system for converting their sales, and then also behind that, we're going to meet a lot of people that this isn't the right business for them. It's not the right product for them, and that's okay. But if you have the right systems in place, you can offer them other things that may fit them better, right? So let's say right now you are an affiliate marketer. Give me a yay or a nay, raise your hand, say a don't say AF. Just say affiliate. We'll just leave it like that if you are in affiliate marketing. I've done that. I have those actually, but here's what I didn't like about them. I'm getting a small percentage of the actual price point of the product. I only get a small percentage every time I actually sell one of those, which is great. It's better than nothing, but I wanted a business where I could get 100% because that's going to get me to my financial goal a lot faster. I don't have to work as hard. I don't have to sell as many to be able to get to the financial goal that I want. I know that all that makes sense to you, right? If we're if we're selling something that's a really small price point, it's going to take a lot of those sales to get to a financial goal. So, my financial goal is not small. I really want a baseline of 10K a month right now. If I'm really honest, I want 30K a month. I want 30K a month. That's how much time I have to make up for. The truth is that is possible with this digital marketing business where I get 100% profit and the sales part of it is automated. It doesn't take me to go out and make the number of sales I need to make to have $30,000 a month coming in. I should have, I don't have anything to do the math here. But you can see the number of people that I need to reach and connect with and find who this is a good opportunity for, to discover them and actually help them. That is not as many people as if I was selling something that I was only getting 20%. That takes a lot. Takes a lot to add up to $30,000. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. So I really needed a solution that I could see the road, that I could do the math. I'm a big believer in doing the math and reverse engineering, right? Starting from where you want, reverse engineer how you can get there. And when I looked at this, I saw that I could A, get there, and B, could get there quickly, because this is a really in demand product. That's the mistake I had before in my other business. One, it was saturated. So at one point, you guys have, if you're here and you're a female, you may have heard of Rodan and Fields. And Rodan and Fields is one of those things where, it's a cosmetic company, skincare, all of those kinds of things. They have really great products and people actually subscribe to them. So there's a benefit there, right? They have to keep using them. They're consumable, so they keep purchasing them. But here's the problem. By the time I got in on that, very saturated, super saturated. And here's the thing. It's really designed to be a business where you're connecting with people personally to make that sale, literally in person, right? For them to try the products, for them to touch and feel them in their hands. Now, thank goodness I didn't have to have inventory, because I'm an artist. Talk about inventory. Talk about ginormous canvases that I was having to pack up and ship all over. It was exhausting. That's how I started my business journey. As a single parent, I would go and do art shows across the country when my kids were at their dad's. So I never really had a break, right? I was busy all the time. I love doing the shows, but think about that. I had to spend all the money that it took. I invested all the money that it took to actually create my art, right? All the canvases, all the paints, all the stuff that goes with that, which I still love doing, and I have that. Then I had to pack it up and haul it. But when I got there, I had to have a setup for it. So I had to have panels, lighting, right? The booth. Whether it was indoor or outdoor, you still had to have it. I couldn't control who was there, right? It just depended on who ran the show as to who showed up there. So I'd spend all that money. I'd spend the gas. I'd have to go and stay in hotels, because most of those shows were 3 days long. So you're spending money for hotels. You're spending money on food. You're spending money on the trailer. I had to buy a trailer, you guys, just haul all my artwork and the panels and all the stuff that it took to set up a booth. I spent so much money just trying to get my business started. And then if I didn't sell out at a show, I had to bring it all home, and I had that inventory. And then shifting that to an online business where I had a website, I still had to be responsible for packing it up and shipping it when someone purchased it from me, which didn't happen magically, by the way. Did not happen magically. So I still had to go out and connect with people online. And then I would always have to have a conversation with them to make sure they were getting what they really needed. I don't have to do that with this digital business. It all happens automatically. The explanation of how it works, they get all of that. And here's the thing, they don't need, it's not a customized thing where someone has to go, okay, well, are these colors going to match? Is this size going to fit? None of that. They don't have to have any of that specialized handling, which I really love that part of my business, because I love connecting with people. But the truth is, to do that at scale, even though the products I was selling, my artwork, 3,000, 5,000, because I had good artwork, you guys. And it was large scale. A lot of times it was designed to go in corporate offices and things like that. But you still had to spend a lot of time with the customer to have that kind of a sale go through. And then I had to worry about delivering it. A digital marketing business, you are selling a product that is going to help anyone market their product. It's going to help anyone who wants an online business have the success they need. And then they can turn around and they have the rights to actually sell that as a business. It is a two-sided win-win. You get the training you need to market any business, plus you get the training you need to market this business. It how can you lose? You get access to the founder every week who built it. Every week, I have someone who will answer questions for me, who will tell me, "Hey, Shauna, I get where you're going there, but you missed this." Oh, oh, that's so helpful, right? People who will tell me when I'm putting my content out there if I've got it right and give me suggestions, because content is how we make that connection. I always say consistent content equals connection equals currency. And I don't know about you, this is what I spend most of my time. This is where my field of expertise is. If you don't have content that is out there connecting with people, it's easy to let your mindset take you out of the game. How many of you have not been successful with something or not got the response you wanted and you just feel like giving up? I've been there. I've been there. But what happens when you look at training and you're like, well, I think I did it right, and you're not sure? You're not sure if you applied it right to your business. What if you had someone to answer those questions for you? That's what happens with this digital marketing business, the Legacy Builders, because we have a community that you get to go inside and ask questions. And it's not just all the other people who are in there who don't know what they're doing. You get the people who are being really awesome mentors because they've had fantastic success. We have people in there who have purchased vehicles for their parents. We've had people who've actually purchased businesses for their kids. We had people that have had amazing success, people that have made six figures in less than 6 months, right? That's one of my goals. And you get to hang around those people. They also show up for you and they offer their experience, their training. They show up in the group and tell you, here's how I did it. Here's exactly how I did it. Show you everything. And the founder is in there too, going, okay, here's how I did it. Here's your map, step by step. You start with the blueprint, the business blueprint. It is a powerful tool. It's kind of like what I showed you here, right? It's the really powerful tool that gives you the map that you follow, and then you just fit everything into the structure. And so I do want to put this out here, right? Because if we don't have all of the pieces in place, that's what our building looks like. We can't have the building where everything is neat and tidy and where everything is working unless we have each of those steps at 100%. If you have a strategy and a system and the tools you need to get leads, that's not going to take your time. That's a game changer, right? If you have the strategies, systems, and tools and the skills, right, to be able to create the content and nurture your people. And what does that mean when we say creating content? Let's go there a little bit, since that's what I do. I coach in another program. I help her clients create content. That's the content creation coach. That's what I do. Here's the thing about content. Your content needs to be real and authentic. It needs to be true to you, and your experience, but in the framework of how it helps your ideal customer. That's a lot of times where we get hung up. We get hung up on making sure that when we're talking about it or we're making a post, that we're talking in the context of how this is going to help my ideal customer, the person that this is designed for, the person that I can help with whatever it is I'm offering. Whether you're offering this, the digital marketing product, or anything else. That is the key to creating content that is going to convert. That's going to convert to currency. So if we don't know how to put our conversations in that context, then, content can be really difficult to create. And I've been there. I've been there. You're not alone in that, but you can get help with that. And in the digital marketing business, the legacy builders, you get all of that. You get an amazing amount of support and help. You get to meet a lot of amazing people too that I would have never met. How would I have met two people from South Africa? I would have never met them had it not been for this business, and they are lovely people. I love that I'm getting to meet people across the world who are taking this journey with me, and they're having great success, and they're not hiding it. They're not like, oh no, this is my baby, you can't have it. No, they're like, here, have this, use it so you can be successful. That is a really important difference between other communities that I have been in. I also want to say this. I'll just put it out there. It's embarrassing to me, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I have spent $30K to be in a community for a year that, quote, promised to do what this community has done for me, the training community has done for me, in 1 month. Yeah, crazy, right? And I don't keep, I've just paid one thing one time, and I still have access to this community and this training and these people and all this support. Crazy. Crazy. If you are not familiar with digital marketing, I want to tell you right now, this is one of the hottest products that is out on the market right now. It is the most in-demand skill. Here's a fact. Forbes put this in one of their articles recently. It is the highest in-demand skill by corporations and businesses right now. Every single person they are hiring must have some knowledge or skill in digital marketing. Did you know that? So if you do not have this skill, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a problem when it comes to getting a new job and maintaining your current job, because they are phasing out those of us that are our age. We know they're not going to hire us. That's where I got stuck. I'd been out of the corporate world and that world for so long. There was no way I was going to get back in, right? With the degree that I have, my expertise in counseling and my certifications, to jump back in, basically have to start my own business or get hired by another company. That wasn't going to happen. Work in human resources, whatever. But for those that we are at risk for, quote, early retirement. That's where they're like, okay, well, see ya. Before you actually get your retirement, you don't have a way to make any income at that point, but you still need to be earning. Digital marketing skills are what's going to get you out of that conundrum. So whether you want to use this as a business building opportunity, because that's what it is, when you invest in this, you can actually make a business out of this, whether you do that or whether you just take it and just use it for your own knowledge so that you have more job security. Either way, this is a heck of a bargain. You're not having to go back to college and pay the fortune that you would pay to learn these skills because it's all handed to you in one neat little tidy package. Actually, I'm going to show you. Let's see. Do I have it up? Um, Here's one. Okay, so when I say a neat tidy package, they give you the landing page to collect the leads. That's already set up. Here's what's even more impressive about that. If you know anything about building websites, which that's what I spent $30,000 doing, is learning how to build websites, learning how to write sales pages, understanding SEO, understanding, the structure of a good sales page. Everything matters. The font matters, the spacing matters, the colors matter, the pictures matter. Every single thing matters. And guess what? They did all their homework and all their research to make sure that this website and the emails that they give you convert. That is phenomenal. The opt-in rate on this opt-in page is over 80%. Do you know what most opt-in landing pages have? For those of you who are in the world, you probably know that, but 50% is really good. A lot of us have websites out there, and maybe we have a landing page structure on our website where people are opting into something, and a lot of us are at 20%. When someone hits it, they just bounce right off. The bounce rate, right? No, you don't have to worry about that. That's been proven. So here's the other thing. This sales page. This is an 8-page sales page. Can you guys, oh, my YouTubers can't see that very well. The light is bad, but all I had to do was put this little piece in it. Everything else is already built, has already been tested. Look at all those testimonials, you guys. Has already been proven to have a conversion rate that's going to help you sell the product that you just invested in. You get to sell it as many times as you want. No one tells you, oh, you can only sell this much. Even some of my affiliate programs did that, you guys, where they give you a max. They give you a maximum of how much you can earn off of the product. Really frustrating. I don't know if you've been in those kinds of things, right? And all of this stuff happens behind the scenes. I don't have to do any of that. All I do is when it shows up in my, I log into the baby that they gave me, this big, beautiful website baby, and all I have to do is link a couple of buttons. And on the emails, I've got to go in and change my name. There's some stuff you've got to do, but I don't have to try to create emails that I'm going to be sure people are going to open. A really good email rate actually is 30%. An average email open rate is less than that. It's usually anywhere from 10 to 20%. The email open rates on these are 60 to 80% on the emails that come with your thing that you purchase. You guys have a business, an entire business that is proven to generate 6 figures for people in less than 6 months for less than the cost of my iPhone that I'm on. And you only one time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I really wish I could see questions. I really can't tell how to see comments and questions in here. Who knows? Who knows what people have been saying? All I'm seeing is who's joined. For those of you have joined, touch the screen, hearts, likes. If you haven't already followed me, my content is designed to help you move your business forward, no matter what kind of business you have. If you follow me on other platforms, you'll know that I have some powerhouse training out there that I share with my clients and even just you guys. non-clients, because I really believe that we all need to be empowered to have the tools we need at our disposal to get where we want to go. Now, a lot of times, even though you have great content out there, it's hard to actually take it and apply it to your business. So that's why we have the coaching packages, right? I have coaching packages for anyone's business outside of the digital marketing business that I offer. And those are available for anyone who wants to know more about those. You can put private, just put private in there, and I'll connect with you and give you the link to where you can learn more about the private coaching packages. I just call them private because it's up to you whether you want to do a fast track, right, in 6 months, or you want to do what we call the slow track in 12 months, or you want to do a coaching program that's with a group. You get 3 options in that. So let's get back to why the heck would you want to start a business right now anyway? Because if you might be thinking, I don't know if I can handle one more thing on my plate. Like, you don't have enough time if you're working full time, like I'm working full time, but I get to work from home. But for those of you who are still working that, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, however you want to put it, you're thinking, okay, yeah, Shauna, this sounds fantastic, but how the heck am I going to have the time to start a new business from scratch? You're not starting it from scratch when you do this because, like I said, everything is pre-built. It's like a business in a box handed to you, a business in a box that's proven to get results handed to you. And they teach you a 2-hour workday system, which means that even on those days where you're staying late and you don't get home till 6 or 6:30, you could still, in 2 hours in the evening, you could get this done, or you could do it before you go to work. It's really not a difficult thing to make work for you. Now you have to be consistent. I think that's the hardest part. That was the hardest part for me. I don't know why. I think that's just my personality. I'm kind of impromptu. I I need to be able to have more structure, right? Having structure actually makes me be more consistent, and that is what they teach you to do. They give you everything you need to be able to be consistent so that you can be successful at this, and you do that in 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. All you do is you're creating 3 pieces of content that generally, once you get the hang of it, you can do that in 30 minutes. And then you spend time going live where you're just sharing your information and your story. That's what I'm doing here. I love going live. I am going to tell you a little side note about that. You don't have to go live. You can do this business without being on camera. I'm going to tell you a little bit of why you would want to do that, though. Why would you want to be on camera? So my background, psychology, I'm a neuroscience geek. So here's why you want to use the human face. We are wired to connect to the human face. It is literally wired into us. That is how we automatically build trust with people. So my whole entire life, you guys, I never wanted a picture taken of me. I have no pictures of me with my kids. I was always the person purposely behind the camera taking the picture so I did not have to be in the photo. Now I really regret that. When it goes clear back, elementary school, I would skip picture day. I would pretend I was sick so I didn't have to go to school on picture day. And then I'd just forget about the makeup picture day. There's a couple of high school yearbooks that I'm not in. It's really bad now. Like I look back and I regret that part of my life. We all have regrets, right? Some of mine are business regrets, but here's what I want to tell you. If I, who experienced that my whole entire life, was able to conquer that, which actually is one of the things I do live. It's called the Video Pro Challenge. I help people work through all the hangups we have with being on camera. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do it. Now, maybe you're not going to end up loving to go live, but you're not going to hate it, and it's not going to keep you from being successful in your business. You're not going to let it stop you. That's what I really want to see. And if you want to know how to do that, let me know. Put video and I will connect you with the challenge that we do that in. Okay? It is not something that I charge for. It's a challenge that we do over 3 days, free challenge. So it's just a complimentary program. If that's something you need help with, I get it because I've been there and I don't want you to stay stuck there. But when it comes to having a digital marketing business, this is the time to do it. So if you've been thinking about it, I want you to get all your questions answered. Don't doubt it. Don't keep thinking about it and not moving forward to actually make the decision. Make the decision either way. Either way, it doesn't, to be honest with you, whatever you decide is great, just as long as you're good with it, right? It doesn't matter what I think, it's what you think. Now, if you're going to regret missing this opportunity, I encourage you, don't do that. We've all made those kinds of mistakes where we're like, oh my gosh, I should have just done it. I should have just done it. There have been so many of those business opportunities and opportunities to connect with important people that I didn't know would play an important role, and I missed those opportunities, right? We all know what that means. I wish I had just done it. Don't let this be that. Because I'm telling you, those kinds of things kind of come back and haunt you. And what does that do psychologically? The neuroscience part of us. It builds doubt in ourselves. It cuts into our self-confidence to where we no longer believe in ourselves. When we don't act on our intuition and what our heart is telling us, we actually lose a little piece of ourselves, a little piece of our power every time. We squish it down. And then you just get smaller and smaller. You don't want to be in that position. This, especially at our age, right? I'm in my 50s. We'll just leave it at that. This is the time you want to be able to go out and celebrate. I don't want to not be able to really enjoy and celebrate my life because I have to work to keep myself afloat and survive. That is not going to be worth it. If you just joined, I'm seeing all kinds of things flash on our screen and I really can't read them. I'm so sorry. If you've just joined, if you want to know more about how you can have a successful online business, and if you want to know more about mindset and how neuroscience impacts our success, that is my jam, you guys. Here's why I like to talk about that, because a lot of times when we understand what's going on underneath, that awareness is what allows us to start moving forward, to take action, to make the change that we need to make. And if we don't change what's going on right now that we don't like in our lives, guess what? We know that it's not going to change. You're going to keep staying stuck in the same situation you are, doubting yourself. And here's the truth. Anytime we start something new, it is scary. So I'll probably talk about this several times, but I want you to think of your mind as a forest, right? Your mind is a forest and everything's interconnected in there. Think of a forest of aspen trees. I'm from the Northwest. I'm here in Arkansas now, but I'm from the Northwest. The mountains, the aspens, oh, I miss it so much. Okay. Everything's connected. And in the forest, in our mind, we have three main players, three main critters. We have the otters. The are our frontal lobe. The otters represent everything that we think about consciously. The otters are where all the good ideas come from. The otters are like the cheerleaders, right? They're the ones that they're the idea generators. Oh my gosh, what if we did this? Ooh, what about that? They seek opportunity. They see opportunity in everything. Otters, right? They're excited about everything. They're happy-go-lucky. And the truth is, they live a very good life. Okay, so that's the otters. That's their job in our minds. They're the ones who are keeping these going consciously, okay? Now, we have the snake. And the snake is exactly what you think of. The snake represents the basal part, the amygdala part of our brain, which is about fear, keeping us secure and safe. Really, honestly, the snake is all about making sure that we don't make a mistake. So everything is about avoiding risk. And what does that translate into? That translates into no change, because change feels freaking scary. They just like to stay in their spot. They're the snake. They don't want to have to really get out and venture out. So all they do is stand guard. That's where they're comfortable. And anything that comes by, they're going to strike at. Those are all the negative thoughts that we have. Oh, I don't know if that'd work for me. Oh, that sounds great, but probably not possible for me. That's the excuses. We are wired to make excuses because our brains are wired to keep us safe, to keep us secure, to keep us from expending any extra energy. It's just like, nope, nope, shut it down, shut it down. Every opportunity that the otters are like, oh, what about this? Nope, shut it down. That's what our snake does. Okay, our third character in our forest. We've got our otters, our snake, our moose. The moose represents actually the biggest part of our brain, right? It is our subconscious. I purposely picked a moose because here's the thing about mooses, right? They have beaten trails. They have pathways and trails that they know, and they stick to the trails. That's what our subconscious does for us. It does what it knows what to do. It doesn't do anything else. Did you know that 98% of what we do, the lowest number estimate is 95% of what we do, is actually run by our subconscious? We function on autopilot. And we've seen this happen, right? Where you get in the car and you're going to the store, but you end up driving to the school to drop your kids off or something. I mean, I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Autopilot. And that happens in relationships. It happens everywhere in our lives. Why? Because our moose doesn't want to have to spend any extra energy. It just does what it knows. It feels safe there. It feels comfortable. Now, the otters, here's the otters. They're like, but wait, there is a better lake over here. They're telling the moose, no, this is a better opportunity, right? The lake represents our digital marketing business. The new lake represents the Legacy Builders program. And the moose is like, yeah, I'm just going to stick with over here. And he's listening to the snake who's like, absolutely not. It's a scam. It's not going to work. No, we're not doing that. And comes up with all the excuses and the reasons why. And the moose just keeps going to the same places. Do, 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 do. He's fine like that. He has no reason to change at all. That's why we need to tap into the otters and have the otters help us move the moose. The moose has to literally blaze a new trail. Those trails, those neural pathways, are well worn in our minds. All those excuses, all of those things that keep us exactly where we're at. We have to build new trails in our minds, new neural pathways. We have to get the moose to get off the trail it's on to find the new lake. That's what's going on in our minds whenever we try to change something, which is why that's why it's so hard to change, to make change. That's why it feels really scary when we start something new and we're like, I don't really see the path here. I'm not seeing how I'm going to get there. Exactly. That's because you don't have the neural pathways that have built the system of trails to get you there. So you have to intentionally focus on building those trails. You have to focus on building the new trails consistently, repeatedly, depending on how well worn the old trails are. It can take a lot of time and effort to build the self-confidence, to build the habits, to build to learn this new skills that you need to be successful at the new venture. That is what happens inside of the Legacy Builders program. That's why we have the community to help you do that. Because just being hanging out there in the breeze on your own, I'm telling you, A, it doesn't feel good. B, you're going to struggle. Have you ever tried to do anything just kind of like alone without any kind of support? No, it doesn't work very well. A, you don't have someone holding you accountable, so it's really easy to just blow it off, right? I do that. I do that when it comes to my health and working out, right? But if you have a support team who you can check in with, who you can get encouragement from, that's why I wish I could share my screen with you. Let me see if I can do that in here. I was going to show you the support community as far as being able to, here we go. Is it not going to, oh, what if we go to, let's go to the community. Let's see if I can open that. Okay, here we go. Verify to continue. What am I doing? I have to put that puzzle piece in there. Okay. Our community has people constantly posting their experiences, right? Good, bad. But so today, this one was a few hours ago, $900, first $900 in the 90-day challenge. Right now, you guys were doing a 90-day challenge, which means that you can jump in and get mentoring on how to reach 30K in 90 days, right? That's 10K a month. That's the goal. And yeah, every single day we're getting help to do that. It's not, hey guys, go out and get your business going so you can make 10K this month. Nope. Every single day they're giving you the path to that and help. Here's someone else that's telling, here's someone else that says, I got to my 10K in 30 days. That's Lisa. Lisa did that. Someone else is talking about the number of TikTok followers they've gotten. Here's someone that Desi. So she closed a $600 sale within hours of having that website in her hands. Phenomenal results. Proven. It's proven to get results. All right, here's what I want you to do. I've talked quite a lot today. I hope that you have questions. I hope you have questions. If nothing else, I want you to start asking your questions so you can follow me. Go follow me, comment anywhere, and ask me the questions, and I will be sure to answer them for you. I do not want you to sit on the sidelines because you don't know whether you want to do this. Get your questions answered so you can just decide either way. Doesn't that feel better? It feels so much better when you're like, okay, yep, I've made a decision. Now, of course, I hope the decision is that you want to jump in, but if not, it's okay. It's okay. I just want you to have all the information in your hands so you can make a very educated decision on whether this is the right opportunity for you. And you've heard me talk about it as to why I think it's the right opportunity for you. I'm happy to explain. There's so much more that I could talk about. I really haven't even explained all the benefits, but you get the idea. And for those of you who are out there who are at my age, who are sitting in a situation where we don't have our retirement funded, for me, I was a stay-at-home mom and I worked from home. I don't have a Social Security check coming. There isn't any, right? Whatever IRA I've put together, teeny weeny IRA, it's not going to get me anywhere. I don't have any savings. So basically, my retirement is nothing. And if I don't fix it, I'm going to be working, like I say, until I'm 80. Don't want to do that. This is how I am changing that right now. Right now. So exciting. All right, I'm going to figure out how to sign off of this thing. I really am new to this whole TikTok thing, but thank you guys for being here. Follow me, subscribe if you're following me over here on my other platforms, and I will be happy to let you know the next time I'm going live, and we'll talk about something different every time because, like I said, I love to help people move forward, whatever that is. Maybe it's not with a business, maybe it's just mindset, maybe you're struggling right there. We can do that. So, all right, I hope you have a great day. Take care.